a little bit.
Oh, thank you. There.
You just look so much more than you wear it like a little girl. So it's okay. You wear all your hats like a little girl. I don't know. I was a little girl once.
Live from the parking lot of Sprouts Farmers Market here in Sacramento, California, and we're only 93 minutes late this morning.
That sounds mystical.
Yeah, it is mystical.
Actually, there's a lot of holiday traffic.
Yes, this is Black Tuesday.
Black Tuesday. Yeah.
But anyway, yes, as you can,
and we're helping.
as you can see, the car is here.
We're in
We
Carla.
brought the car with us.
The car brought Carla's back. Carla's back, and we didn't know she could sound and feel like this. She's a little less like a buckboard.
Yeah.
Or she
purrs like a kitten.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, anyway, it's good to be back in our own car. And am I talking now?
Yes, you're talking now. Yes, here she is.
Can you get that thing a little farther away from me? If you can't shoot me through a mattress.
Okay. Do you want me to put a? Here, I'll put a napkin in.
There. That's.
There.
I just don't need a close up of the camera going up my nose.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll do it higher then. So.
Oh God, no! Don't. Come on.
Okay. How's that?
Well, if that's what I look like, how come I can see myself? I usually can't.
You can't see yourself?
Oh, okay, whatever. I don't know. If I'm not in the picture. Anyway, it's because it's Thanksgiving week. Although we don't actually celebrate it the way we used to in the old when we were younger, in the young days.
When we were pilgrims.
Yeah, oh no, I was not a pilgrim.
No.
Well, I suppose we were everything. But anyway, God, I was going to say what we're grateful for a little bit. Oh. We're grateful for everybody who's helped us with throughout the year, and with our adventures with Carla.
We needed a lot of help.
We've gotten thank you for people who have given us help all year financially, and with loving messages, and just with good juju generally, without even, writing us at all. And to our friends who we don't get to see, everybody from previous Monday night class, or my heart is still broken over you. I miss you all so much. And for my relatives who have taught me unconditional love, which is,
forced you to learn unconditional.
No, my relatives didn't force me to learn it. For some reason, it was
easy.
It was easy, and for Jean-Paul and Miwa and Alex, who made everything better all the time. And there you go. And we live in strange times, in case you haven't noticed. But we did watch Jimmy Kimmel last night, late after class, and I noticed that some people have no idea what's happening in the world or in their own lives, or maybe, they really are oblivious. I used to think those things when he interviewed people on the street were naughty and unnecessary. But now I'm thinking, wow,
they don't know.
We are all, Anyway, the strange times when people are so drugged by drugs or technology, media, or food, or whatever people drug. I like to be drugged by food personally, or all manner of things that distract them from what's existence. Below the abyss existence, because you kind of have to pay attention to, that you're here. At least pay attention to where, if you're here, it's be grateful that you are here and pay attention to it, And the world seems to be, because of the distractions, drifting all around the world into people choosing the dictatorship of oligarchy over anything, because they don't want to they don't want to pay attention. They'll let somebody else do it for them. And the climate, of course, is the earth is disintegrating, trying to kick us off, actually, because, we're misbehaving terribly. We're doing absolutely going backwards on that. And inflation is terrible, and lots of people have health challenges, and you're thinking, oh, shut this woman up. Shut her up. She started okay, being grateful. But you think, so what am I grateful for if all this is happening? Well, all I know is here, when we're just below the level of real truth, of real truth, where everything is perfect and we know it, that opposites exist. And if all this terrible stuff is happening, and it certainly seems like it is, there has to be, scientifically and
mathematically, yes.
Well, and magically, at whatever level all living on at once, the opposites are in play, and there has to be a positive opposite to all this negative opposite. And now we have to pay attention to it, be conscious of it, find it. Because you're not going to find it sometimes on regular TV or on regular internet stuff.
Create it.
You can find it. Yeah, okay. And expand. When you find it, if it's a tiny little pinprick of positivity that somebody else is doing, notice it, and maybe even
nourish it,
comment on it, share it, and expand it, and be grateful for it, and maybe adapt some of whatever that positivity is into your life in just a small percentage. So because it has to exist at the same time. We're just not noticing it. And when you don't notice it, it kind of makes everything look worse than it actually is. Although, and it also gives power to the negative side a little more. So,
yeah.
So it only takes noticing to give it the positive side power. So let's try to... It's hard to notice what you should be grateful for, but start with small things and go and look. And truly, we watch things on the internet. You can find all sorts of really positive things about farmers and people do very humanitarian people doing good things for other people around the world. Not just everybody doing bad things to each other. So, so just let's be grateful for the positive things, and try to realize that we are living in a level below absolute truth, and in the level of absolute truth, everything is kind of, you hate to say it, perfect. But let's face it, if we started a fire in the fireplace and we got Old Faithful, the geyser, shooting up instead, that would be something to worry about. But let's face it, when we've screwed up this much, what do we expect to happen? Doesn't that mean things are working perfectly? When you do something, when you start the fire and it burns, doesn't that sound logical? If you started the fire and you got a waterfall, that would be illogical. That would be things are not working perfectly. So things are still kind of logical. So you just have to realize that really does mean, in a strange sort of way, things are working perfectly. It's just that when you screw up all the time, you get nothing but screwed up results.
And like the song says, you'll never be happier than you can make yourself right now. So there.
Well, okay. Thank you.
And I'm happy that my cap has been adjusted.
So he doesn't look like he's a little girl.
So
Although it might be difficult at this age with that beard. Maybe when he was 5, it would have been easy. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we've got a couple people watching because we're 90 minutes late. But
all right. I'm leaving. That wasn't even.
Yeah. Are you through?
That wasn't even a subtle hint. You asked me to talk, and I
Are you through?
Oh, yes,
No.
You're not showing me, are you?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I just want somebody's car.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
they aren't going to know.
Nah.
No, I didn't do anything anyway.
No, it's okay. All right. So I'm going to set myself up over here. I've got a brand new thing that holds up my phone.
Is that what the present Lon got from Cleveland?
From Cleveland.
Oh, I got pencils and German erasers too. I mean, talk about extravagant gifts.
Thank you very, very much. But I left it home today. I brought it.
Oh, shoot.
Anyway, okay. So we're back here at the old position. But it's good. The car is running. Knock on wood. The car is running better than it has in 15 years. So that's something that I'm absolutely grateful for. And we did have a lot of help in doing that. But we love this old car, and hope to hang on to it, more or less for the duration. Anyway, we're doing Monday night magic class, and we're going through the 22 trumps of the Thoth Tarot, and not only a discussion of what Crowley says about them, but once again, we are blessed with very knowledgeable, wise, and talented people coming to Monday Night Magic Class. So believe me, it's not me holding forth, holding court at all. It's we're getting to that old place where Monday Night Class is a wealth of other wisdom and other comments and stuff. So it's just absolutely wonderful. But the point has been driven home, at least to me, that when you talk about the tarot cards, you're talking about almost an infinite subject. The same way you talk about Kabbalah, you're talking about an infinite subject. And every week it becomes clearer and clearer to me that each of the tarot trumps, anyway, the greater arcana, are just aspects of a single truth, a single reality. So you can't actually separate, well, the temperance card or the art card means all of this stuff, but then the tower card means all of this other different stuff. No, they describe each other. The lessons, the truths that are made known to you, or that are clear to you in one card, are addressed just from a slightly different angle by another card. And the thing I want to specifically what I want to talk to you this morning, just very briefly, because we are so late, concerns something that I first was inspired by when we were talking about the art card or the temperance card. Now we're on the star card next Monday, okay? And let's see, I've brought audio visuals here for I think. Okay, we're on the star card there at the moment. Okay, that's Crowley's star card. The Hebrew letter assignment to the star card is now Hey, the big female goddess Hebrew letters. Okay, and there she is with. It's sort of a version of the classic image of the star card with two vases or cups that she's pouring. All right. But the comment I'm going to read is the comment on this one. And she also is pouring. She's pouring, she's pouring water on a fire symbol and pouring water or a fire on a water symbol. But in a sense, and in many versions of the card, those are two vases too. And that is the big alchemical climax card where the Orphic egg finally actually hatches. Now, it seems like I'm going to change the subject just for a second, but I'm not. Crowley was impressed with the magic of the OTO, the alchemical magic of the OTO's mystery of the Holy Grail, and did his best to enshrine that wonderful, that glorious concept in the Gnostic Mass. And in other words, the Gnostic Mass is a public performance, public celebration of the essence of this magical formula. Which could be, executed on the physical plane, on the mental plane, on the emotional plane, okay, whatever. It's such a big process that it can't be limited to the physical. I mean, it's the process that lights the stars. But when I explain to newcomers who are seeing the Gnostic Mass for the first time, and I'm trying to explain the mechanism of Eucharistic magic, where you take an inanimate or a dead substance and with your magic turn it into God, and then you consume it. You put God within yourself. And because you are what you eat, if you eat God enough, it turns you into God, okay? So, I try to explain that. And I said, okay, just for a practical purpose, when you come to Mass here, think about it this way, that the Mass team here, most Masses have a total of 4 people, okay? But the priest and the priestess do the lion's share and the eagle's share of the heavy magical lifting. The deacon serves sort of as the Hermes, the director, the psychopomp of this great magic secret. And I tell the congregation, now look, pretend these people are doing this wonderful magic act just for you. They're going to do all the heavy lifting. They're going to do the work. And all you have to do is think about your heart's desire. Think about what you really, really want. what you need, what you yearn for, what you want to unite with. Your most profound heart's desire. What is that? We've all got it. What is that? And can you actually condense that desire, that goal, into a single image that represents it, okay? And then can you hold that image in your mind? Can you picture it? Can you visualize it? Can you feel it and smell it and touch it? Can you hold that image in your mind and in your heart while these people do all the heavy lifting of a real, wild, real powerful, bona fide magic juju act for you, to help you manifest that heart's desire? Can you do that? You know, and I joke and I say, well, if it's really your will to want a Cadillac, then just be thinking Cadillac, 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 okay? But more than that, get serious about it. What is your heart's desire? And hold that image throughout the Mass while these great cosmic principles come together and create in the host and the wine actual, substantial vessels for that image that you're creating. And at the end of the ceremony, the image of your heart's desire is impressed, projected, stamped upon that host and that wine. And you've been holding that image throughout the whole thing. Sometimes it's hard to do. That's what makes this kind of magic so wonderful and so difficult at the same time. But when it comes time for you to go up and to taste that host and drink that wine, you're tasting and drinking the image of your heart's desire. And then your natural, physical, biological machinery of your digestive system goes to work to implant that in you, making yourself as it was pregnant with your heart's desire. And just like your body automatically converts sunlight into energy, the elements of your heart's desire will be processed by the alchemical laboratory of your own body. I posted a picture of an old painting of Cleopatra today on my Facebook page. And she is holding up a pearl, a precious pearl. And the legend is that when she was trying to impress Mark Antony, she threw an incredibly lavish, extravagantly lavish, sensual party. And Mark Antony was just, boy, the Egyptians know how to party, you know. And she took a precious, priceless pearl, and she dropped it into his wine cup. and it dissolved. Well, maybe it was a little acid. A little acidy, okay. But that the legend still holds. She dropped the pearl in the wine to show how much her potential love for Mark Antony was so great that she dissolved the pearl of her magnificence in a wine cup that he would hold to his lips and put inside his own body. Wow. And as I was reading, I told you I'd bring it back. As I was reading the Crowley's thing on the star card, preparing for our class next Monday, I ran across this. Hang on. Not about the star card itself, but upon this. I just fell in love with the movie Pinocchio when I was a kid. It came out, I think it was re-released in the early 50s. It was a much older movie than that. But the song that Jiminy Cricket sings is about that heart's desire. And it said, when you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Everything your heart desires will come to you. When your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star like lovers do. Fate is kind. It brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longings. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Okay, Crowley's comment on the art card says, pour thine all freely from the vase in thy right hand, and lose no drop. Hath not thy left hand a vase? Transmute all wholly into the image of thy will. Bring each to its true token of perfection. Dissolve the pearl into the wine cup. Drink, and make manifest the virtue of the pearl. That is such good shit. Okay, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. Excuse me while I puddle up. Somewhere here I talk about that in the Book of Ordinary Oracles. If you don't have a Book of Ordinary Oracles, for God's sake, get one, okay? It's more than a cutesy little book. It's, well, just let me turn to page 93 here. For as long as I can remember, I've wished upon the first star I've seen in the evening sky. I even remember the first time I did it, hoisted up on my father's shoulder and giggling at the thrill of being so high off the ground. I didn't even have to think about what my wish would be. I want to be happy. It was an uncharacteristically wise choice of wishes for a 2-year-old spoiled brat. Since then, it's been my only first star wish. Oh, I still have lots of other wishes and hopes, but when it comes right down to it, all of them don't amount to a hill of beans if I'm too unhappy to enjoy them. So when you draw this card, it's a star card, and think about this. Deep down inside, every man and every woman is a star. And just like your celestial brothers and sisters, you're a self-radiant, self-created God. You have your own unambiguous place in the universe. It's probably a good thing that you drew this card, because every once in a while, whether you think you deserve it or not, you have a reason to be hopeful. You have a reason to be hopeful because the star that you must wish upon is yourself. And that's it for Parking Lot Tuesday. Thank you so much for waiting for 90 minutes. We'll see you tomorrow for Thanksgiving Eve. Whatever we're going to say, we'll probably be in a parking lot too. So anyway, until tomorrow, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will. Drink and make manifest the virtue of the pearl.